Good afternoon. This is our Worthy Collective webinar where we get to share with you the what, the how, the why, and the beautiful women who are behind the scenes here to support your greatest self right where you are. And so, first, I'm going to start by sharing our mission statement. Welcome to the Worthy Collective. This isn't just a community, it's a sacred space for your soul to breathe again, a place where women from every walk of life come to rise in their health, wealth, faith, purpose, and presence. Here, there's no hierarchy, no comparison, no pretending, only truth, only grace, only women remembering who they are together. We believe growth does not have one timeline or one look. Some days it's rising boldly, other days it's resting bravely. Both are worthy, both are growth. You are not behind, you are not too late. You are right on time for your next becoming. In this space, you'll find encouragement, accountability, and a sisterhood that reminds you you can build your dreams without burnout. You can walk in faith and not fear. You can create a life that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. Welcome home to the Worthy Collective, where grace meets growth, purpose meets peace, and women rise side by side. And so now I get the pleasure of sharing with you our beautiful behind the scenes mentors. There's a founders collective here behind the Worthy Collective. There are four women who came together 2 years ago to break down our worthiness in such a way that can create such abundance. And what you're going to find here in the Worthy Collective is an absolute unique space. And so, with that, we're going to share with you a little more on ourselves and a little bit more about the Worthy Collective. And we're going to start with the mentors. So, Miss Lori Love Jones from Nashville, Tennessee, would you please share with us more about you?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Lori Love Jones. I'm a self-care coach and a guide in the Worthy Collective. I serve women who give to everyone else, who are overextended and incredible at showing up for others, but have forgotten to show up for themselves. My
Okay.
expert, okay. You want me to keep going? Okay. My expertise, my expertise is teaching women how to receive. How to receive love, support, rest, and abundance without guilt. And the importance of making them a priority. I do this through self-care practices, sacred pauses, boundary work, nervous system regulation, mirror work. So self-care becomes something they live, not something that they try to squeeze into their schedule. I've been a massage therapist for 25 years. And what that has taught me is that when women finally give themselves permission to receive and feel safe about doing so, everything changes. Their energy, their health, their relationship, and their sense of self-confidence. What the Worthy Collective has meant to me is a safe space to show up real and vulnerable, side by side with other women that we're here to gather and grow and inspire another. It reminds us to collaborate, not to compete, and that we are already worthy exactly as we are. So to me, the Worthy Collective is home, and it reminds us who we are and to rise together. or side by side. So feeling seen, heard, and supported, and mostly celebrated. So, yes. So, thank you. It's an honor to be part of this collective and to share our lives, our expertise, our skills with those seeking and to be reminded and wanting to be a space to be remember who they are. So, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, Maggie.
So beautiful, so beautiful. And what's so exciting is that this is an example of what technology does for us. And the fact that we are all in all different time zones, we're in different cities, states, we're even in international with our beautiful Tracy Briggs. And what you'll find here, if you don't already know Lori Love Jones, you will know her heart because you feel it. And she is a person that has the greatest collection of the most unique people to be an incredible resource for us all. So we are so fortunate to have Lori Love Jones in Nashville, Tennessee. Yay! And I love that extra reminder of celebration and to have fun. And
We
so
have fun here. We have
so much fun.
fun.
So much fun. We work hard and we play just as hard, if not harder. So, Miss Stacy Duffy, would you share more about you and the mentor that you are for the Worthy Collective?
Yes, thank you. I am Stacy Duffy, and I have been a holistic wellness practitioner for over 10 years. I'm a mom of five beautiful daughters, which led me to this type of work. I was looking for some type of an alternative for my children that wasn't based on continuous issues with doctors not being able to tell me what was wrong with them, and just a different space to where we could live a healthier life. I meet each woman by first seeing them as a whole being. We pause together and listen to what is heavy, what feels tender, or where a sense of disconnection may be asking for attention. From that sacred place of awareness, we allow the next step to reveal itself, choosing the path that feels most supportive and giving her back a way home to her wholeness. My work flows through holistic wellness, nutrition, grief, and life coaching, along with toe reading and practice that honors the wisdom carried in our feet. Our feet hold the story to our journey. They reflect where we've been, what we've carried, and where our souls are asking for care. Focus on remembrance. Through these tools, connection unfolds naturally, and at the heart of it all is a deep love for serving and supporting others. The Worthy Collective has been a sacred place for me that I've always been looking for and have finally found. It's a place for guidance, belonging, and a gentle truth. My prayer that is every woman who enters feels it immediately, you are home. This is a safe, this is your safe space. Here you will be held, lifted, prayed over, embraced, and witnessed. We walk together, reminding one another of our worth and returning again and again to ourselves. And that is what the Worthy Collective means to me.
And we are so thankful for Stacy's willingness because she has an extensive background in the research, the development, the resources in which she works from, and in places and spaces that so many of us have not experienced and cannot relate to on the levels that she has. And that's the depth in which she brings. So it also was the depth in which she hesitated. And I say that because we meet you where you are and understanding that we all feel a pause in life, a hesitation, and we recognize the opportunity of stepping in. And does it look like a clear path all the time? no way. There was no imaginable projection that we could have had for the time that we started the Worthy Collective. We did the Worthy book by Jamie Kern Lima, and the steps in which, in the path in which Stacy's life took. It took an absolute turn. And what the beauty and grace was, she was willing to take those steps to show up here. And because she did, we held her in ways that we only pray to have support for. And it was all because she chose in the beginning. And sometimes it was each week she chose in, yet she chose in. She saved the time. Sometimes she showed up as the mentor, and sometimes she showed up to receive. And that's the space in which this Worthy Collective is so uniquely different, yet we give you the opportunity to show up when and how, and we pray and hope it's consistent because that's where our blessings will lie. Yet that's only up to the person, in the woman individually. And that's what we love from Stacy, to share those spaces in which she has felt away from God, not even interested in faith because of such deep heartache that she has experienced in multiple times in places in her lives, not to mention having 5 daughters. That's a different depth of emotions that some of us have never experienced, whether you have children or you have any girls alone. That's a very different experience. And so with that, that journey has been so beautiful to recognize that it is very unique. And that's also what makes this Worthy Collective so special. So thank you for being willing, Stace. It means the world, and that is such a blessing for so many to be relatable to.
Thank you. No place I'd rather be.
Miss Tamara J. Wright.
Hi, I'm Tamara J. Wright, and I specialize in performance and communication, basically storytelling through multiple mediums. And through Upwardly Vocal Studio, I become part of the team with families who have one or more members who desire to discover the need to step into the spotlight. And my experience and skill set as a performer, director, producer helps them develop their character both in and out of the spotlight, focusing on who they are at their core, their message, where it comes from, and what they stand for. My process serves singers, actors, public speakers, performers, anyone with a story and a presence looking for a stage. Upwardly Vocal strives to shine a light on what makes you soar. And when they're ready to dive deeper, I have Mentor Like a Mother that takes them on a journey to explore why they are on the path that they choose. And sometimes people step into our lives and influence our decisions without us realizing their significance in that moment. And upon reflection, we can see these individuals how they offered us understanding or perspective that shaped us into who we have become. So many of us directed our lives towards goals and away from circumstances based on a person we've encountered and the experience that ensued. So whether we are aware of it or not, these moments before history are made have impacted each step we've taken since into our future selves. So when we retrace our steps, we can honor or reframe the lessons we've learned that can propel us towards or get us back on course in finding our full potential. My degree is in communications and theater from Western Michigan University, and I've trained privately for 8 years as a soloist in classical opera and musical theater performance for soprano. And I've been professionally performing since 1988, where I sang at special events and weddings, and I have a FCC commercial license. And I was everything from a radio DJ, news announcer, morning show co-host at various radio stations. I've been a member of the Actors Union, SAG, and AFTRA since 1998. I've traveled all over the US as a performer, director, producer of radio, film, television, and stage. I've taught singing, acting, and audition preparations, specializing in character development, script analysis, and branding. As a certified Stephen minister, I've received 50 plus hours of training in active listening and reflective feedback and served individuals in their spiritual healing. And I've led support groups for grief survivors and domestic violence survivors. And going from a stay at home to a public school and eventually a homeschooling mom, I found myself becoming an accidental entrepreneur with a gift for teaching and coaching kids of all ages. So, with my neurodivergent family, I have developed a unique teaching approach that supports students who may be on the spectrum or have ADHD. And now, with decades of experience, I've found that by sharing my story through writing and speaking, I can impact more of those who find themselves called to rewrite the narrative of their lives and step fully into the story they were always meant to tell. And the Worthy Collective for me has been a place that offers me consistently a check in, a grounding, a balancing of how to accomplish not only my goals and dreams, but to remind me to dream again, and a place where we can celebrate each little successful step that it took. So it's about consistency, clarity, support, encouragement. It's been all the things I've needed to get on track, stay on track, and just keep moving forward. And this year, my focus is action, and that is what it helps me do, is take action.
So beautiful. And wild to share that Tamara and I met very, very young in life. And she has in my little notes here about her consistency. She is consistently the person that we call and ask advice, and she can see things so differently. And part of our really deep work for all of us together was to really deepen our greatest gifts. And based on all of us, we recognize those gifts and how we were made. And with what Tamara does to this day, based on the test that she did and the alignment with where she is so uniquely made is so beautiful to watch as a friend and in this space because it is not my gift. It is not my gift to do and how and what she sees and how she repeats back. And from all the development from not only school, the classrooms, the experience with young children and the parents, there's just such a ripple. And what I love most is her willingness to step into those places. Like we all have the chance and choice. Yet for her, in all these years of friendship, it wasn't until, a certain time, I believe it would have been, would it have been 2 years ago?
Yeah, just over 2 years ago.
Just over 2 years ago, we had a different conversation. As we all know, as friends, you say, "You good? I'm good. Yep. Okay. Talk to you soon. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year." Whatever the situation, little conversation here and there, but yet so busy not exactly knowing what she had created out of what she said, accidental. And she pulled and created and imagined and envisioned, and yet the consistency of people, a ranging of age that will pick up the phone and say, "Tamara, can you give me some feedback? Can you share your input, your knowledge? Can you listen or narrate?" And then she asks permission and delivers as such. And so we are so,
Feedback you can use.
yes, there's feedback we say it all the time. It's Tamara's, there's feedback you can use and there's feedback that you can lose. And that opportunity that we have someone who has created literally from scratch something that she didn't necessarily have envisioned it, her little girl dreams at 3 years old. And she's created such based on the creativity and desire to be independent, have that freedom, have that flexibility, especially as she maneuvers homeschool with three neurodivergent children and a husband as well. And so that has been such great insight and application because we know so many who have been challenged in attention in areas and spaces, and she gives so much hope. So these are our three mentors within the Worthy Collective, along with myself, that you may or may not already know who I am. And I can tell you it's taken me quite some time, quite some time to really understand and see how I was designed, what I was designed for, the purpose in which I live my life. And my greatest gift is seeing your talents, your gifts right where you are. And that's what the Worthy Collective does as a whole. And with this beautiful support system, because I haven't had the support I would love and hope everyone has. So we have created it right here. We have created it right here in this beautiful space. We have a number of different opportunities that we share. And the core truth is that your purpose, talent, and gifts were given to you. And we help women remember your worth, find clarity in who you are, step into what you are called
Are you
to do,
good?
and serve
I
others
have to wait until I can talk and then.
and serve others in such a beautiful way based on our own gifts and talents. And so we're solving the problem to speak into reality many women face today. They feel disconnected from their purpose.
Okay.
They're putting themselves last.
Uh-oh.
What?
Now I can't hear.
Maggie,
What's going on?
Maggie, you muted yourself.
I muted myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I muted her. Okay.
Hold
So
on.
with that, we can't wait to have a person who is
click on.
lucky that can help us.
I need somebody to move in with me.
I think we all do.
They heard me.
Alright.
Thank you. I tell you, it takes a village around here.
It absolutely does. It
Two
absolutely
villages.
does. It does.
Collective.
It does. And
There you
what we were
go.
just, this is perfect timing because we were just talking about the beauty that we have in the opportunity to pivot and the clarity and understanding that before we hit record today, that Tracy is in Australia and her new setup, she wants to have some quiet privacy, like not bother someone because it's 6 a.m. for her there, and yet also, be private so that she can hear and listen to sacred space. And we said, how about a headphone like Martha? Because we all thought Martha was super techie when she joined our group. And yet she was like, no, I want this to be my space. And the headphones.
I understand. You
So
do what you
beautiful.
got to do.
Well, Miss Martha, we're just finishing up a webinar, and so we're just talking about a couple of things, and then we'll pause and do our normal welcome and conversation and more privacy that's not recorded.
Okay,
So,
I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought it
no,
was
no, no,
time to be on
you
early.
are absolutely perfect. We are so grateful because you're going to come here in a minute, and you don't even know that I'm going to talk about you. So, yay.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So again, in the problem that we're solving and understanding that support system, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're not lacking faith. You may just be unsupported. And so understanding what we step in here as the collective philosophy, we gather, we grow, and we inspire. And when we gather women into a safe, faith-rooted community, a place where we're seen, heard, and supported, like Lori spoke about, no pretending, no pressure, and no comparison. It's all in collaboration so that we are our best self today and comparing only to yesterday, because and again, Tamara shares a lot of times it's a 1%, a simple 1%. We're not talking about, 180 or 360 in pivoting. It is a 1% or a 1 degree, which there's a 1 degree difference between 211 degrees of water and 212 degrees. It's a 1 degree, meaning it is a very small adjustment. It doesn't take the world of change. It's a simple. It could be saving the space for you on a Sunday afternoon to be live. Now, maybe you don't start on video. Maybe you do. Maybe you say something. Maybe you type in an answer. Maybe you don't. That's your prerogative. We're happy you're here and you might be on the replay. We're happy that you do that too. There's something special about saving time for yourself together. We also grow. We grow spiritually, emotionally, and personally. We're all at a different space and place in our faith. Some of us are close to God and some of us are far. And there is no judgment because we're on an individual path. And what we hope here is that we come together in love and joy where you are. And it will test your comfort zone. It will test those places in which you felt like that's okay. And okay sometimes needs to be aware is not the goal. Or a good one, somebody says, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Fine's not the goal. Celebration, like Lori spoke about, that joy and being able to recognize those places in which we have the opportunity and choose in to grow and learn through mindset, leadership, faith, and accountability. And growth happens through small intentional steps. And lastly, we inspire. As women, we heal, grow, walk in purpose, and those steps will inspire others, ourselves, and those around us. Families can change, communities are impacted, not just here, yet also outside of us, physically in our space and how we choose. And in that opportunity can make a big difference. Leadership becomes service. We don't just grow for ourselves, we grow so we can serve. These mentors and guides were purposely chosen for our uniqueness and the abilities that we can step in and serve. And what's so beautiful about the Worthy Collective, we're not locked into the four of us. It has expanded, it is growing, and we have a number of steps to take you through to be able to position yourself if and when you choose to lead. We have Tracy, who's in Australia. We have Martha, who's in Kentucky, and they are stepping into leadership this year in the Worthy Collective to lead and mentor based on their individual purposes, because that makes us so much greater together rather than one single voice. That's not what the Worthy Collective is about whatsoever. This is as we rise together and we all grow. And the Worthy Collective looks like in practice. Inside the Worthy Collective, women experience community and connection, weekly gatherings and conversations, encouragement and accountability, prayer, reflection, growth, meditation, stretching, breathing, all sorts of tools to move from being stuck to aligned. We don't rush this transformation. We walk with you through it. And that's the biggest difference is we're here holding space for a number of women who, as we have learned, will say interesting things. And we're like, okay, we're here. We're holding the space and we're available when you're ready. And we pray for you to be ready. And yet that's your journey, not ours. Yet we are going to keep going because we're going to keep growing. Because within the word growth, within the word grow is go. It's a matter of an action. And we are in a very unique, special place in the beginning of 2026, recognizing that confidence is created by action. And those little steps, one at a time, make the difference in being more confident in something new, something old, something combination of a little bit of both when we feel like that was new, but this is old, and we can combine that beautiful space. And so this is our invitation to you, that if it resonates with you to find a new place, you are welcome to come and observe our space. And we want you to see and share what's available. We have Sundays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for a collective of women building our worthiness. We have a space on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for women in business. And it's called the Worthy Business Circle. Now, what I will say is there's a number of women who have nonprofits. They are working for a company, yet they're in sales. So they're really independent in that space, building something because they're building their own paycheck. And so that's again another space to observe and check us out and see if this is something that works for you and with you. And then we can have a conversation whether Lori invited you, Tamara invited you, Stacy invited you, Tracy, Martha, a number of our other members and mentors, if they have invited you, have a conversation about where you are right now and where you want to grow, because our emphasis and the pillars we work with in the Worthy Collective is the word dream, because Tam said it. There's such a gift when we activate that dream that has been put on our heart. And the D in the word dream is we discover your purpose, discovering your unique gifts, passions, and a deeper why behind everything that you do. This pillar is about aligning your life and or business with your true purpose so that every action leads you closer to your dreams. The R is the relationships and community. Building connections is a powerful, supportive, empowering community, surrounding yourself with others who uplift you, share your values, and inspire you to grow. Together we rise by cultivating relationships that matter. E, empowering your mindset, empowering your thoughts to break free from limiting beliefs and self-doubt. When you shift your mindset, you unlock your potential to overcome any challenge and create a life aligned with your dreams. This is a foundation for lasting personal growth and success. A stands for abundance and financial freedom. Unlock the tools and strategies to create multiple streams of income through a number of different ways. That's access to you, your entrepreneurship, ways that you have not necessarily recognized that can be a passive income, automated solutions, the independence that gives you the freedom to design your life on your terms without limits. And lastly, the M, mastering your wellness. Holistic wellness is the key to long-term success, as Stacy has put the time in for the holistic practitioner, for the depth in which we can draw in and nurture our body, mind, and spirit through practices that prioritize mental, emotional, and physical well-being. A healthy, balanced life is a foundation for fulfilling your purpose and achieving your dreams. So, with that, we invite you into our Worthy Collective. We would love to have you observe, join us, choose into this place and this honoring of a space that you can learn and be able to gather, grow, and inspire right where you are. We are so very thankful for this opportunity, and whomever has created Zoom and the opportunity that we can be in multiple places, spaces, time zones, and really come together in such a beautiful way consistently so that we can draw into the dreams that were put on our heart, that desire in our heart, and being able to gather, grow, and inspire right where we are.